Good morning, everyone. This is the Kubeflow CNCF graduation call on 9th of September. As always, this meeting will be recorded and published on YouTube, and we follow the CNCF Code of Conduct. Happy to be here, chat about the updates and other things. I don't see any people on the call, so maybe we can just get started. All right, so maybe I will just give a short update where we are right now. So the good thing, we created the application yesterday, the CNCF TOC application finally after almost, I would say, 4 months of work. I think this is great. Again, thanks everyone who actually really spending your time and effort to make this as a reality. We haven't graduated yet, but at least it's a great step for us to move forward. So let me link
Yeah,
this.
but I say, do we have a link for that so I can put it in the doc?
Yeah, we'll do this right now. So.
And so they told us we had to raise it on the. I guess we got confirmation.
Yeah, so the thing is like why I opened the application because we got confirmation that security audit is almost complete. They just need to prepare the final report and make them publicly available. But they already communicate with us all the kind of medium to high priority items that we need to address. And at the same time, they're planning to publish the full report as well. I also know that Adam is working on adding us to OSS views, right? So I guess this is something they use to track the security.
Is this a CNCF thing?
No, I'm actually not sure. So I haven't explored what is OSS views actually, but I think this is the basically the some sort of similar to maybe FOSA or other security checks like Trivi, which they use for testing. Um,
Is it like a tool that we can use for testing, or is it an automated tool?
I think it's automated, yeah, and Adam just added our projects there.
Is it like a public thing?
Yeah, I will let me link it
Should
here.
probably figure that out. So, is that
So
under a CNCF application or is that somewhere else?
yeah, it's under Google organization.
Oh, it's an open source project.
Yeah, it's an open source project. So this one,
Well, you should put it under the security audit section.
oh, yeah, sorry, security self-assessment.
I mean, oh, that's a pretty common feature. That tool's used in a lot of security scans. I've seen that before.
Oh yeah, maybe similar to Trivia, right?
No, I think it's a specific. Originally, it started as a tool for fuzzing, right? You know, a specific kind of security audit. But I
Okay,
don't know if it's um, changed
okay.
in recent years.
Yeah, so
Now,
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
if it is of any help, in Model Registry, we are using a Python fuzzer as well, if you need.
Hmm.
So it is very helpful from our QE. So like colleagues, they're using it with great results for the fuzzing REST APIs.
I just moved
So
down the bottom, by the way. So if sorry for moving it.
Yeah, no worries. So what exactly does Mateo?
So basically, you can fuzz test the REST API calls just to make sure it's like
Mhm.
if you have some sanitization issues or like some results are not conforming to what is specified in the.
It's like if you spammed bad looking data at APIs to see what
Yeah,
happens, effectively.
Mhm.
But again,
yeah.
that's what it traditionally is. This could be a different piece of software. They might have just named it the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that we don't know for a fact.
There are
Mhm.
different ones. I just want to add that for folks who might be interested from the fuzzing the REST APIs, that schemathesis is called.
Can you say the name of
So
the other one?
schemathesis.
Maybe just link it.
Yeah, sure. Will do.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, is this something that we should probably, as part of our security process, do at least this one of these things? You know what I mean? At least one of these things, right? So is this one that we have? Is this something
Yeah,
that
yeah. So I think this is what
free
I guess
or
like this is what they do for other projects, for the CNCF project. So they will just register our repos with
do they know how to find our APIs? Because like we have a lot of, for example, APIs that might be hard to find.
yeah, I think they probably just scan the entire repo and then they try to find the APIs there.
I guess most of our APIs would be Go anyway, and Go is Google's language, so they probably know how to scan Go.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, but I think it's fine. So I think like for now, what is actually needed? What is actually needed is just a representative, basically, just a representative from all the working groups. which basically need to be listed in the emails. I think I already have done it, right? Already, as I can see.
What do you mean?
So I'm talking about like I think they ask us for the email for each of the Kubeflow subproject, so they can add it to them to the report. Yeah, I think I've done this already. So basically, like Adam asking, like for all the projects, we need to have email for a person who can be registered, so they can receive a report. And I added like few emails for Kubeflow notebooks, Kubeflow model registry, Kubeflow trainer concept, and Kubeflow pipelines.
I
So
wonder
it
if
should
we
be
should
fine.
make like a group for them. You know what I mean? Like, and then have that we can move people in and out of the emails.
Yeah. I just don't know. Like we can talk about with
Yeah,
Adam.
from a
Like,
security perspective, that could be a problem. So maybe that's probably best to just leave it as individuals for now. But yeah.
all right. Anything else
So
here?
what's our next steps with the CNCF application? Let's come back to that.
Yeah. So two things which is pending.
We
Like
raised
I
an
kind
issue or a PR?
Yeah. So here, so from our side, we need to complete OpenSF batch within the week for notebooks and pipelines. Um, I kind of like added it here. I just don't want for CNCF to see any blockers to move forward.
Or we need to
Because
understand. I think a better way to say it is we need to understand what it is going to require, right?
yeah, but the OpenSF batch is
But
required
what I'm
for
saying is, I
confirmation.
understand. But what I'm saying is like we need to understand what like let's be very precise about what's blocking it then. You know, like so is pipelines ready and notebooks we're obviously working on it, but like there are some steps we'll need to take. Well, not strictly. It's more again the OpenSSF certification is that you are addressing issues as they're reported, right? So, but even if we discover a bunch of issues during the process of doing the reviews, like what's the requirement to be able to tick that box? Because in the end, it's just about self-certification, right?
Yeah, so I think like we already kind of agree that we acknowledge that we have problems with UIs, and we can just and I know there is also like the process going on to introduce this Trivi. Alex has done it for notebook for pipelines, and I think Andy was also doing this for notebooks. We will do this for other projects. For trainer and tip, I will add this CI pipeline.
I think so. That's
Um,
those are definitely tools we can use to meet the self-certification. But
mhm.
I think the primary question we need to be able to answer for notebooks and pipelines is there any publicly disclosed, again, that's a requirement, medium or higher vulnerabilities?
Yep.
And it's not that there can't be those existing, it's just that you have to actively be working on solving them. If you're not actively working on solving them, then you can't certify that you are. You know what I mean? Like
So
that's the
yeah.
and so like and so but that raises two important points. What is publicly disclosed? And B, what is medium? Because a lot of people just look at dependency scans and say, hey, there's a dependency of your app, which is a medium or higher CVE. But that doesn't mean, for example, that we use it. Let's say it's in your security scanning tool, like we're talking about, like it wouldn't affect the production app, for example. And so that's why we're talking about Trivi, right? So that we can go through and review them and change their security levels depending on their actual usage or not. But
Yeah, so I think again, makes sense. I think like working groups can definitely agree. I just don't want us to have this blocker, and we can say that we publicly acknowledge and maintainers are aware of those CVs, and we're going to fix them in a timely manner, right?
well, it's I think you specifically have 90 days or something, right? But yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my only question is like, can we get confirmation from I guess like you, Matthew, that we can complete this within the week?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we can complete the work, but again, this is kind of a semantic question almost, which is like, when are we comfortable certifying that we are doing the thing? My line for that is that we have a process in place to start the resolution. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
because in the same way that security vulnerabilities are going to get raised no matter what. So it doesn't obviously make sense to uncertify that you're working on security issues if new ones get raised, right? And of course, we didn't really have a process to automatically security vulnerabilities were getting scanned. You know what I mean? Like we didn't really have that much before. So for some definitions of the word publicly disclosed, there's zero, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
So
Hey, Andy. and he can
Yeah, I
go
was
give
just going to
another
say
update.
from the scanning perspective, a week's time, the Trivy stuff that I ran for notebooks and dashboard popped like combined 760 items to review. That's just notebooks V1 and Kubeflow
What
dashboard.
about just notebooks? Did we get a number for just notebooks?
Yeah, I have a Slack post around this,
Okay.
but it's like I think for notebooks, it's ironically larger than dashboard, which surprised me. It's like 400 and some for notebooks and 300 and some for dashboard. But this was me also applying, I don't know with Trivy, there's the vulnerability scan, the misconfig scan, and then there's one other type of file system scan. So again, I posted in Slack so we can follow it up there. But if we just like agree to not do all the different file type scans or get clarity that that's okay, that'll probably make that number smaller. And I can always just rerun on my fork right now to get better numbers. But the way it's looking at right now, like just even reviewing 700 some items, I don't know if we could do, in a week.
So again, it's about CVEs of medium or higher.
So I wasn't even looking at, so if it's probably just vulnerability scan then, but I was only doing critical and high. So anyways, we can take it off Slack, but I'd really like to
medium means in the context of our app. You know what I mean? Like, so this is what I keep qualifying that, just because a dependency, and also you probably should be excluding the notebook server ones as well. Because those ones, I think we've agreed that that's the responsibility.
Yes, if we exclude notebook servers and UI, do we know idea how many?
I don't know about UI, but
the UI also must be excluded because it's a problem for all the UIs.
I mean, we shouldn't be excluding it from our scans, but we could say that they can't have a medium or higher because
Yeah, I mean just to get the batch I'm talking about, right?
What I'm saying is like it affects the ability of it to be a medium or higher, but again, that's a CVE calculation. Because if it's not intended to be a secure app, it's like, what does it even? It can't really be a medium or higher. What does it even mean? But yeah.
So yeah, at any rate, we can follow up on Slack, but yeah, if I can get some better parameters on what we should exclude and the types of reports we want to run, I can give more updated.
Well, it's not about reports.
numbers.
Again, it's like just having the process in place. So again, I think if we make a security review team and start doing that, then we can self-certify that we're doing it. Because again, if it takes 90 days, you know what I mean? It's fine. I think that's the idea.
So I think, I guess, Matthew, can you check in the box?
Yeah, we can. I'm meeting with. We're doing the notebooks. We're doing a notebooks
Can
meeting.
we do it today then? If you say
I literally said, yeah, I was about to say we are doing a notebooks meeting today. So
no, but in Tuesday.
Yeah, I know it's a bit weird, but we are also doing one today.
Okay, so I guess in that case, do you think we can confirm that we can get the batch?
I mean, I don't know if we can confirm the actual result, but we can start. We can follow up to get.
I'm not talking about the results. Like again, I'm talking about the openness batch, right?
Yeah, once we've got the process set up, yes. So my question for you, Andre, also is we need to make sure that we need to fix that bug in the ACLs. But yeah, we'll come back to that.
No, which bug?
The one that was removing the team.
No, but the problem is it's not the bug; it's just impossible, right? Because of how Pro has been set up. As I said, to you in the thread, we cannot unfortunately give Andy another security role because Periblot doesn't allow us to do it.
No, but we can. I said you need to manually give it.
Yeah, I manually did. If you follow the thread, I told you, I manually add the team, and because Periblot within Pro basically check only 4 roles, I link even the code snippet in the thread. It just the refreshing it back to the the team without role. The problem is it's in the Pro setup, right?
Not Prowl.
Let me link you.
Anyway, we can go through this later, but yeah. So either way, I can just fix the upstream app if necessary. It's fine. We can make a fork. Fine.
So are you going to fix Periblot and upstream Kubernetes test infrastructure?
No, we're not on upstream. We're on Google's fork.
No, but Google uses the upstream version of Pro.
But it's not running in Pro.
Yeah, it's not running in Pro in Kubernetes Pro, but it's using upstream version of the what is it?
Periblot is not a Pro related app. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's actually part of Pro. Let me give me a second.
If people are wondering what we're talking about, it's something that people probably should know about. So I'll just say it on the recording. It's that we have this internal ACLs repo that manages our GitOps for things. And we're talking specifically about the ability to go into Kubeflow, GitOps, and then add things to the ACL groups, and we're talking specifically about the ability to add permissions on specific teams for specific repos. Currently, we use a specific app to do this. It only has read, write, an admin, I think. Unfortunately, obviously, we would like to have additional groups that we've created that are manual, one called security, which allows you to see the security tab. But since that is only a feature of the enterprise GitHub, which we do now have because we're part of CNCF, we can't, the upstream open source app doesn't support it, but we can just add support for it. It's not that bad. You know what I mean?
So the thing is, like, I linked in the Zoom. You can open it. This code snippet. So the thing is, like, it's Peribolus, I think it's called. Yeah. So this part, which is actually granting the permission for based on ACLs, and it only supports this type of roles, as you can see here.
Yep. But then my question is it removing manual ones as well?
Yeah. So it's basically refreshing based on the original internal ACLs. This is the problem, right?
I think we might be able to make and ignore existing on a specific team.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, again, this script doesn't support it, right?
It might. I'll look through it. I'm sure there'll be a way to make it work. We can update the code if not. Again, we're not actually on the official Kubernetes one. We're on the
No, we're official Kubernetes one. Like the Google
this
Kubernetes
repo.
cluster using the official Kubernetes Pro.
Sure.
It just
Yeah.
it has its own image. I'm not sure about the image, but we cannot really use our image in their infrastructure. This is the problem, right?
We might be. Anyway, we can discuss this later. But anyway, so as a short-term solution, I guess.
So do we have any short-term solution for notebooks maintainers to, start addressing those things?
Well, again, we're doing it in a fork right now, but
okay.
But we can. We'll figure something out. We'll discuss it. We don't need to talk about this on the radio.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess, like, with notebooks, if we agree that, that we can get a batch, I think this should be fine. I think the only kind of thing we might need to think about notebooks, if there's something on the controller side which needs to be updated, like any.
Yeah, so that's my other concern as well, which is that obviously with V2 we've rewritten all the controllers, and so the existing controllers haven't been updated in a long time in terms of their base dependencies, and while it is possible to do the update, it's a question, you know what I mean? Like, as to what we want to do, like whether it's just an interesting one. Like, we'll have to see. We'll do it on a case-by-case basis. We'll look through.
Okay, so again, in terms of timeline, again, I already talked to Francisco and Jono and other KSC members. Like, we hope that if CNCF moving fast, George is not on the call right now, but if we move fast, it will be really ideal for us to graduate before this KubeCon. We cannot really expedite or kind of force CNCF to review our proposal, because I think there are 5 same graduation application happening at the same time. So definitely there'll be a queue. But I just don't want us, have any blockers for them to move forward, right?
I think that makes sense. We don't want to lose momentum.
Yeah. So I think so. I know Alex from KFP will review this on Wednesday.
When you say this, you mean that issue you raised?
No, the Kubeflow pipelines batch, right? The Kubeflow pipelines batch right now has, I think, 80%. Let me double check.
I'm just trying to find it. Yeah. Has anyone got it? Open batch pipelines.
It's 97%. Basically, it's just the one.
Can we just link them all so we can keep track of them in the doc?
Yeah, it's in in the application, right?
Oh, it is.
It's part of the application. If you go to OpenSSF batch. Yep. So it's 97%. I'm wondering if we can do 97% for notebooks as well right now.
Because we might be able to. Let me just check. So where's not? Oh, we don't probably need to track the ones that are already done. You can if you like, but I was just tracking the ones that have to-dos on them.
Yeah, notebooks has 57% and pipelines has 97%.
Is it okay if I remove that one, Mateo? Because we don't, unless we can put it in a separate section. This is like to-dos, you know what I mean? You're already done, right? Is that right, Mateo? I was just putting Spark Operator because that one wasn't done last week.
Okay, yeah, you can remove it.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not saying it's not done. It's just like, you know.
With me. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Spark Operator also done. So the only pending in pipeline. So pipeline is 97%, right? Can we do 97% for notebooks? I guess the only open question is the security.
There specifically one is not even. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, this one's that one. So they don't use fuzzing, ironically. So maybe you can get that. Maybe you can use that tool that you just saw.
Yeah, but this is suggested. It's not mandatory.
That's true. But I guess that's what I mean. You didn't. But suggested means. Well, no. You just need to put unmet. You need to put unmet.
Yeah, all medium and higher.
Which would
Yeah, I think it's. I think the only is the last part is on medium and higher severity exploitable vulnerabilities, right?
Okay, that's actually separate else. Yeah.
Actually, they also can be met, so they can say that, you know, like they are aware and they're going to fix
Well, that's
them
why that's why again, this is the only one that's
Yeah.
blocking us as well. This is the same. It's more like we just didn't have the process set up. That's kind of what I'm saying.
So okay, but if we set up the process, should we just, you know, meet, you know?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I was just saying before. Like my requirement is that we
Yeah.
have the process. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Of
But
course.
from my understanding, we do have a process, like go into security.md, right?
No. Like the actual process to have it done. Like
No, but
this,
we do have a process in security.md. We say that, you know,
no,
the
but we
key
don't
for
have dynamic code analysis.
this is trivia, right?
Yes, yes, but that's not on right now. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, because trivia is not pushed to notebooks
trivia is
V1
only used for image
branch,
scanning
we
and
cannot
other
put it.
things.
You cannot you cannot make it met, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
So
it's
I
not that. It was
yeah.
so trivia is, to be clear for everyone else, trivia does image scanning, but it also does code scanning,
Okay.
which are
So
different
I guess,
things.
like, you know, just on block CNCF, should we just, you know, push and
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think there are another check mark around must be fixed with critical vulnerabilities, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, so they've ticked that one. So again, but that one I think is raised by people. I mean, for that one I think that one's related to being raised by security researchers. So let's see, publicly known. See these ones here. So like these.
What is the name of the section? Sorry.
So publicly known vulnerabilities. So that's another one. So this is another different one. So again, the way that they've made it here is by saying this. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it says so for KFP they say for UI platform minister will need to provide.
Because again, I mean, there are people who have raised various concerns with various UI elements of Kubeflow, but I think they're assuming that it's a public interface, internet-facing website.
Yeah. Yep.
In a lot of cases, which obviously is not what we would recommend. So,
and it looks like Alex already fixed it for KFP Python packages. So
probably we'll have to see. Yeah. But then the other one is this one, right? So this one refers to being reported by people usually.
But this is also fixed, right? Because we have a process.
Well, yeah, if there's none that are there, yeah. And also it's a should anyway.
Yeah. All right. So I guess, like, you know, we don't have any blockers for KFP. It looks like.
No, well, they have fuzzing, right? They need to set up fuzzing or something.
No, but it's suggested, right? So it's
no, but you can't get 100% unless you choose met or unmet. You can do unmet, but you can.
I think for suggested you can do.
It's not allowed to be question mark. That's the only rule. It just has to be met or unmet.
No, it can be unmet. Yeah, it can be unmet, right?
Yeah, because
it's similar to dynamic code analysis, right?
One thing that I would like to highlight, that item that you have suggested highlighted is not necessarily that is achieved only through fuzzing. So if you run tests, dynamic tests against your code, then it's also valid to do it. That means like you run the test against the code that you've written.
At least fuzzing, some dynamic, yeah.
Yeah, so that fuzzing can be on top of it, but it's not necessarily only about fuzzing, that element. I just want to highlight.
Well, I think this one probably will go to 100 if you put unmet here. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And potentially you can just flag it already because I can see that the tests are being run. I mean, there are some PyTests and there are some.
But they're not dynamic, are they?
Those are considered dynamic because it's your code that is running. The first part about
such as testing or fuzzing. Yeah. I think it's configuration test though. I think you do need to actually run a grid search on the configs, right?
what we do is that anyway, we got like a unit test, integration test, end-to-end test fuzzing. So sort of like we completed this one because we have all of them. But it's like if you go into the detail, there is a Linux Foundation course that explains about this dynamic testing. And basically what they want to ensure is like, oh, you just don't rely on the compiler. It's something like, like, oh, you just don't push code because the compiler compiles and so we say,
So
okay.
is that actually what this is suggesting? Like that it's
If you don't-
doing a dynamic analysis of some kind. That's strange.
and running test, but the test that sort of like exercises your code in motion, let's say, then is considered as part of this.
We'll leave it up to the pipelines people to decide what they decide, I guess. But yeah. I don't know what they've specifically got, so. So anyway,
Okay, so I guess like just
I think also
maybe
some of the ones that we'll go through the ones now and make sure that they get done that are up
yeah,
to
for
where
notebooks, I guess like we can just go for this, make it also 97%, and well, once 3VPR is merged, we can make it 100%, right? Because everything else also, I guess.
maybe. I mean, we'll have to if we use the same assertion that we're excluding ones from UI, but yeah.
Yeah, you can use the same message as KFP, as here, right?
Well, we don't really have. We have a few more components than just an SDK, but yeah. I thought that I had someone added. I thought someone was going to add me to be an admin on this OpenSSF badge.
Did you? I think you landed, right? No.
I think I was
Oh,
not for some reason. I think I have admin on the model registry one, which is interesting.
It's good with me, no problem. Just don't move it to 2 on that, please.
Not quite sure why, but anyway, so we'll come
Do we
back.
know who is the owner of Kubeflow Notebooks? But
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Josh?
I think it's probably Eder. Oh no, it's owned by Milos. Milos.
Oh, okay, Milos is the owner. Is it on below? Says.
Oh, sorry, I didn't show you. Yeah, it's this one. Milos.
Okay, so Matt, can you scroll up? Sorry. Can you scroll up?
Yeah.
Just can you go projects? Did you first of all log into your GitHub?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So if you go to projects, what do you see? No, but you should. 1 second.
No, I think that clearly I asked them to add me. There was a thread about it. But
can you click account profile?
Yeah, I can only see the model registry one. That's what I mean.
Do you see trainer? Okay.
That's
and
weird.
you're like GitHub login, right? Okay.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, anyway, we'll figure this out later. But I'm just saying.
Let me ping Milos to give you permission.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. And I'll ping you the exact badge as well if you want. Okay, cool. Anyway, are there any others that are? Blocking?
Yeah, so
the Spark operator is at 100, right?
Yeah, Spark operator is complete. I think we've done it last week. So I guess KFP also complete. It's like 100% right now. So good call out. So
well, again, I don't know if is it passing. It's not passing yet. It needs to get to passing.
Yeah, I think it's passing.
Okay, someone just changed it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Whoever just changed it.
Nah, because I just asked Alex, like just multitasking, this is how we should complete it. So anyway, I guess like, the notebooks is the only one thing, and I hope we can maybe do it today. The 3V is the tricky part, but I know, Angie, you have a pending PR, right, for notebooks with one branch. So...
Yeah, I mean, at worst, we can, yeah. Cool. Okay, so have we completed every other task? What are the other blocking things for this then?
Yeah, so let me
the security self-assessment.
Yeah, so this is done. This is nothing from outside.
Oh, but we haven't updated the SBOM to the fossil ones.
Yeah, but it's not necessary, right?
I mean, it would be nice.
Yeah. Someone can submit. Yeah, you're right. So someone can submit PR to upgrade self-assessment to include these bombs.
Because this is not strictly speaking an SBOM. These are just links to.
Yeah. Anyone want to take this task?
Also, there's just qualifying for whoever does it. There's the code SBOM, which is the one that you get when you go to the FOSSA page for it. When you go to this, if you go down to, let's say, pipelines, for example, and we go to, okay, well, fortunate. But when you go to the FOSSA one, which I'll just go to notebooks and find the link. Give me a second. That's only going to be for code. For actual images, we need, I'd say, manifest repo to do it or something. But or we can do it automatically. But what is our rule here? What do we think, by the way, about that?
What do you mean by rule? I think we have FOSSA for every repo, right? Per every project.
Yes, but that doesn't include the Docker images. So there's two different, like, so software bill of materials means include everything that you've got in your code base, right? So there's the ones that are from the actual, what do you call it? From the code itself.
Yeah,
which
you
is
mean
ones-
like FOSSA doesn't analyze Docker images, right?
Well, it probably can, but we're not using it to right now.
Yeah, so maybe for now we can keep it as I have it in this doc, right? Users have to use Docker SBOM, right? CLI.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We just need to make sure that we don't remove that part, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can keep it. I think the only thing we need to update is this the package versions, right?
Yeah, so like, for example, here's the one here. Like, so for example, here's the one for notebooks.
Is it publicly available as we
I
discussed
don't
last time?
know how to make it publicly available. It's a really good
I tried
question.
looking into it and I didn't find a way to make it public. You can export a report, but it will have your name on it and the date that you exported it.
I think there is a way to make a compliance report. Like, I just made a link here, but I think this might be for the I made a static link here for this, but this
you
is
see
for
it's,
license.
at the top it shows generated, and then in the actual sort of like a machine readable, there will be your name somewhere.
No, but I think this one's an actual website. So this one's a static one that I just made.
That is static because it's sort of like you just exported it. And sort of like say, it's not that it's automatically updated.
I think this one actually is, by the way. This one says this link always shows the latest compliance report. But I think the issue
Can
is...
you link it in the Zoom chat to make a double check if someone can access
Yeah, this
it?
one doesn't... I'll just link it. Yeah, but this one doesn't have... Whoops. This one doesn't have the SBOM.
So what it...
Yeah.
So I think maybe reports, maybe you need to add it or something, Like, oh, here it is here, right? So here's the report. Okay.
If you go to SBOM, then from there on the left you go to SBOM.
Yeah, that's where I went to, right? But I'm trying to figure out how do you get the link to that one? It's dependency metadata description package maintainer.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is like you can only export this one once you're done.
Wait, there might be a link at the top.
Can someone just double check, Francisco? You didn't log in, right? Can you open this link that Matthew shared?
Oh, it looks like this exists. This probably exists. Let me just check.
What you see?
It's like, in the link, I see open source report for notebooks.
That does work. That one worked. So I guess it's just a question of how do I get one of those, but for this, so that we can link.
Get your own reports like this. I can't see the report.
Wait, what?
Well, so I see your screen, but I don't have the head nav bar that you have. I just see the reports.
Oh yeah, that's expected. Yeah, that's expected. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is this link. I'm trying to figure out how you get.
Well, it's actually this is the report that we need, right? Because it has dependencies, licenses, copyrights, everything that we
That's
need,
not
right?
an SBOM strictly speaking, though. The SBOM is that other format that we were just looking at. But so this is good. We should probably link this. This is probably better than no, this is.
But this is static, right? It's not dynamic, right?
Yeah, no, it's dynamic. It's
This
for
won't
every
get
push.
updated
It's
every
literally
time,
for
right?
every push. Yeah, it's for every push.
No, but the problem is like, we need to update it all the time, right? There is no way.
No, the link stays the same.
Is it the same link every time?
Yeah, it says that here. But the issue is that
okay, all time for notebooks V2 branch, right?
Yeah. But the issue is that I want a link for this one, so we just need to ask FOSSA for their link for this one, I think.
Okay.
Because this is the one that actually is strictly speaking an SBOM.
Yeah, it's a specific format you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Also, strictly speaking, SBOMs are usually only required for the dark images, but yeah.
Anyway, I think like this is pretty straightforward to link this, at least app reports if anyone.
Better than nothing, yeah.
Yeah, we can, we can link both of them, right? We can keep the Tomos and we can also link the FOSS report if you want to.
Yeah. We should probably figure this one out, but yeah.
Who wants to take this task?
For which one?
Very easy to update the
yeah, so I mean,
stuff.
what we're saying is add in this PR to this community repo here.
Yeah.
Or someone who needs, we need someone who has admin to just go down and make a link for all of them, because you need to click a button on the FOSSA website.
Yeah, just for 6 of these projects, right?
Yeah, I can do that. But FOSSA, okay.
All right. So we can do this.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. What else is blocking us? So what do we expect they will review, and when do we expect their review?
Yeah, this is, I guess, like kind of like out of our control. You know, we can talk to CNCF and ping them, but um, I think they do triaging, right, in their TOC meetings. But if you go to their project board, you will see all the pending application right now. Yeah, I think the TOC board. Yeah. If you go to application overview. Oh, sorry, application to move. I think status. Let me double check. TOC. Yeah, this one, right?
So do they have Alan on the list?
Yeah,
Yes.
8 on the new, right? And this has not yet been triaged. And you know, there are multiple stages, you know. So the thing is, like, in terms of process, right? You know, once they triage this, they kind of like have a due diligence evaluation. So this is what they need to do from their side. They need to review all of our docs and tell them what needs to be addressed. And after this, they will start to do adopters interviews. So we already have 3 adopters which accept, we kind of like agree to provide an interview of how to use Kubeflow. I think we have like the Slalom, CERN, and Capital One, the one that we fill in the application. And after these adopters interviews are ready, the only thing with adopters interview, we need to make sure there is no really blockers there. And I already like started the thread in our channel to make sure, because the thing is, like, in terms of adopters interview, once they have this interview, they also need to prepare a report, and the company basically needs to have approval so this report can be published. So we need to make sure that, you know, those companies won't have any blockers with the legal folks or other people to move this forward, right?
Okay.
So maybe we can follow up for this in Slack for those adopters.
Up to the
From the other like past experiences, I think at least what Jonah told us, if adopters quite proactive, it's relatively fast, those interviews.
and what's after that? Do we know?
After interviews?
Like, what's the next step so we can like things we don't keep track of moving? Like,
So from our side, again, we just need to ping, you know, those companies in the thread. Like, and I already started a thread and asked Valentina to add Rob to this thread as well.
like, are we looking like we can still hit KubeCon in A?
Yeah, it really depends on CNCF, right? Because again, as I said, like, you know, due diligence, adopters. If you go back, Matthew, we can take a look on this project board. Yeah, so adopters interview, right? And then TOC review public comment. So as you can see, like, around the case office on this side. So it gives you 2 weeks for everyone to comment. And after this, they will have a final vote. Yep. I don't know what is in press coordination. Don't know about it.
It's announcements. For announcement.
Yeah, might be.
So it looks like
So
there's
if
some.
I mean, if someone can help us to, you know, connect with CNCF, make them aware, it would be nice. But I'm not sure if, you know, how the queue works, as we discussed, right?
Okay, well, anyway, is there anything else we need to go through here? So ZIP badge has got that. GTR is done, presumably. Is this done?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, GTR. Yeah, maybe I need to give update. So I convert this to the PR.
So there's some comments here that I don't. Do we want them to
Yeah. So, Matthew, sorry, can you open the PR actually?
issue? You mean?
No, I can. I think I forgot to talk about it. So this is in community repo, in the Qflow community repo.
We haven't got a PR for that yet. It looks like, or at least I don't have a link to it.
I will let me link this PR.
So we're gonna put it on the community repo. Is what we're saying.
I've already done it.
Oh, you've already done it.
Yeah, but I only submit the PR, so we need someone. I mean, everyone to take a look. Like, again, everyone just feel free to take a look and provide your comments. Like if you have any, especially like the project owners and maintainers. Yes, 900, right? This PR.
Okay, and then how did you format it? How did you format it? Markdown, I guess.
Yep.
Does it look not messed up? Yeah, I guess. Okay. So are we? How close do we? And is that linked in your issue now, or not?
Now which issue? Yeah. Here I just link my pending PR, and once the PR got merged, I will link it to the document.
Do we want to? Do you want the Google Doc to be in there?
Yeah. Just just let them aware that CNCF kind of like already initially reviewed, right? But
Do we want to make sure there's no weird comments going on here? Yeah. Is this?
yeah, I think Nick provided some comments, but we kind of like mostly addressed them. I think it was one of the pending items here for FOSSA, right?
Yeah. What did you do with the to-dos?
Is there any to do there?
There's one tracking. Add the fossil links. Yeah.
What is the section here? Describe which condition enabling, right?
Oh, so that's that. There's one to do there. Yeah. But then there's the other to do, which is the fossil link.
Oh yeah, I think I fixed those to do. So if you open my PR, you will see what I added here.
And for the fossil, let me look at it. Where is it? Sorry, no, this one. I don't see any to dos. So fossa.
Yeah, I think for FOSS I added to the license compliance, right? So and we just say that we kind of enable this as part of our.
Yeah, I guess you don't need to link all of them yet.
So anyway, again, feel free to review this async and just to add any comments, I can address them and we can just merge them in.
Okay,
So similar
cool.
to self-assessment, we can improve it right over time.
That's good. Awesome. Okay.
I think eventually, eventually this doc probably should go to CNCF, but we need to talk to them about it. I saw like other projects actually push their GTRs to CNCF, not to their community repo.
So, I mean, as long as they don't mind, then we don't mind.
Yep.
Okay. What's the next one? Security audit. What's our status there? We talked about some.
Yeah, I think this PR, so maybe this PR needs to be reviewed, right? So this is only for 4. We need 2 more, right?
Sure. I mean, again, it sounds like model registry already has their own tool, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think we should be fine to them to do this thing, right?
If we want, yeah. I mean, I don't mind. So I guess what's the next step there? Who's going to review, and or how does what do we need to do to get that done?
Yeah, just take a look in the Adams PRs, right, and see if there are any if there is something we need to change, right? So which repo they're going, for example, for notebooks, right? We need to make sure they clone the notebooks v1 branch, right?
Yeah, so how are they actually pointing at the endpoints? Is it just scanning the whole thing, I guess?
Yeah, it's in a Docker file, I guess, so, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, so this needs to be reviewed by project owners, right? Once, I guess, Adam open for, I think we need to also, a good thing, maybe we need to tell him that we migrated the code for notebooks. So he must kind of sing the notebooks v1 branch, right?
I don't know if he even made one for notebooks.
No, he hasn't yet, so I will let him know.
What is this? How does this work? Compile native go fuzzer fuzz in bitch. What does in? What does that mean?
So I guess for notebooks v1, we're still going to use this branch, right? Like all these fixes we're going to address there, right?
Probably.
v1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't understand how this points at stuff. This is really strange, but okay. Build sh. Like, what? How does it run? I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out, I guess. But okay. Anything else? So
yeah, just being. I think like on the audit side,
done.
one thing that we really need to make sure. So there are several kind of recommendations, right? That I guess like Mati, you have access to this doc, right? The private doc. We probably should not share it here, but
yeah.
several findings that we kind of need to address. I know also there is something on model registry. I guess Mati, you've been aware of this, right?
I'm there, but there is nothing specific to model registry. I've also rechecked periodically, like today as well. There is nothing that points to model registry code.
Yeah, but I think like once this is kind of ready, we kind of need to acknowledge that we're going to address those recommendations. This is so this is something that which added in our application, and this is something which we also need to agree on, right?
I hope that in case that something emerges for model registry, they will give some heads up. Because I mean, I've been following on the documents on a weekly basis, and there is nothing specific there identified. Indeed, in the meantime, I've checked that I can create the static link for the fossa like that. Do you want me to do the same for all the other
I
working groups?
mean, if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. Thank you,
I can
Mateo.
take it. Just the question that I have is that some fossa projects are not fully compliant. Do we want the link anyway?
Yeah, it's a good point. So I think we have to, yeah.
I mean, they're gonna hopefully notice that anyway when they look at it. But
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's actually another good call out. So we need to fix those licenses, right? So I think it's not enabled for notebooks today, pipelines and KDIP, if I remember correctly, right,
it's
Matthew?
enabled, but it's just not blocking PRs.
It's not blocking the PRs, right?
Yeah.
I guess for Spark and for Trainer and for model registry, it's enabled, right?
I have to check.
In model registry, after the initial problems, I have to say recently it didn't stuck anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
at
looking
least
at
we know what to do in case that it blocks.
yeah, it's on for Spark Operator. It's on for and yeah, so the only ones that have issues are
I think for Trainer it's also, as I can see, yeah, it's on. It's on.
So there's definitely issues in pipelines. But again, it's not that there's issues, it's that they probably need to just be verified.
Yeah. So so I think like I also need to do this for Katip, and I think I need to enable this for Katip, and I think we need to do this for notebooks. So for notebooks, like yeah, good.
We were doing that, but so Catab has 12. Yeah.
So for notebooks, so FOSS right now running on the branch, right?
Running on both.
Oh, it's running on all branches.
Well, no, it's run. You can so just to qualify. You can when you go down on the dropdown, you can pick the branches. I make it default to 2, which there's none, but there's only one on V1. So you can select whichever one you want.
Okay, so for notebooks V1, I guess we need to fix this, right?
Yeah. I guess it's just like we went through them already, but we can just fix the last one that was there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess for notebooks V1, and then if in settings the policy apply for all the branches, do you know? If we check, for notebooks, if we check in this.
No. So the way it works is that I don't know which ones it picks or how or why. It seems to kind of do it randomly sometimes, but it picks some of them. I guess from a licensing perspective, it's bad to have any of the publicly used.
Well, actually, for notebooks, we enable it. If you go to policies, it's enabled.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Yes, it's only KDIP and pipelines right now, right? As I can see.
Yeah, because obviously from a code perspective, obviously we don't want any code in the repo that's bad. Like, well, that's licensed badly.
That's right.
But
yeah, so maybe a good call out. I need to ping the pipelines maintainers to just check the license.
Yeah, it's a little bit tedious for them. They have a few to go through, but like if I go to it, it's like they have in this branch they have 39. But yes. I'm trying to, I guess, do we figure out how to generate the link to the SBOM? Or I guess that one, an SBOM is specific to a commit hash. So I mean, it might not be possible to do on a generic. It must be possible, right? It's weird. Okay, anyway, anything else we need to do to not block it? We're kind of going down the list. Openness separated as fast as security self-assessment. So this one was merged, right?
Yep.
I'll move that one to the bottom. Make. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else got anything we need to absolutely talk about?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think like the kind of blocking right now is notebooks. I mean, complete the batch, right? Merge it Trivy. I think that we also need to introduce Trivy for other projects. I think right now, so Pipelines has it, like Notebooks doesn't have it, and Trainer and Katib doesn't have it. So we need to add the Trivy scanning there.
I'm adding it. Sorry, you speaking
Yeah,
about
go.
No, it's totally. By the way, also, I just wanted to note, in Modern we added a Travis Scan GitHub action like Spark Operator does. So we just get a couple of them reported and we already.
But do they get reported into the GitHub code report?
Yes.
That's yeah,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Because then at least just keep track of them and make sure that they're reviewed.
Yeah. Fortunately, I have to say, as mentioned, like the fact that the dependabot is periodically bumping the dependencies of like the container, since the container gets published, let's say every 3 weeks, then sort of like we didn't have that many reports. So that helps, I think, in a lot of way.
So wait, so because like again, Trivy doesn't just scan. So again, we're talking about it as a code scanning tool as well as the image scanning. There's two different kind of steps.
So what it reported, for example, it was that the base Go standard library was having some CVEs, and that is because Dependabot doesn't update your Docker file. At least we didn't configure to bump the Docker file.
How does it know your Docker file? Because like,
because
Trivy...
I think that Trivy sort of like decompile some of the Go binary in some way.
That's yeah, because it's the normal Trivy code scan that I was expecting just looks at the Go code itself.
Trivy runs in two different modes. Spark Operator and Model Registry right now are running on the image scanning one, maybe other projects, but then Notebooks and a couple others are doing the file system one. Notebooks isn't publishing at least V2 images right now, and Dashboard with the move to Kubeflow Dashboard isn't publishing images. So file scan is really the only thing that makes sense for Notebooks. But there are two different modes of Trivy, and there is some inconsistency across how different projects have configured them right now.
Because we should be doing, well, we don't, the images, honestly, I think we as a project shouldn't be responsible for scanning those ones, but the actual code base we should be.
Okay, so so it's like the ones that are, for example, in say Notebook, then I mean it doesn't hurt to do both of them.
Because yeah, I mean you could do both if you want, but like what I'm saying is from a community perspective, I'd say like image CVEs are one of those things that are like impossible to squash fully, right? Without like a commercial vendor being involved really. And unless you are truly a distroless image, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, but typically it's like if they fix their own base, if you're relying on a base image that get periodic update, typically it's a matter of bumping that base image.
Yeah. It's anyway, all I'm saying is like the scanning that I would expect is stuff like, hey, you didn't do a out of bound memory check here on this pointer. You know what I mean? Like this kind of, and that's not possible to look at from a code, like compiled code, right? So that has to look at the source code. Yeah.
So you're suggesting that indeed is like, okay, I will take a look at these FS modes.
Because those are, from a developer perspective, the most useful reports. They're like, oh, wow, okay.
We had a bunch reported through CodeQL.
Same idea, same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt to have double them.
Well, I mean, it depends on if, again, I don't know if we're trying to standardize on Trivy or GitHub's one, CodeQL thing, or both, or whatever you want to do. Anyway, as long as you can do something, that's all we're trying to do. It's like, you know, like, yes. CodeQL, I think, is enabled by default, if I'm right, Andrew. Or is it not?
No, I think it's still enabled, right?
Is it enabled by default, though? Like, will new...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I should enable it, right?
Do you know, Matteo? Did you have to manually enable it?
I don't think you know.
I didn't. Someday I started to be flooded by notifications, and then means that somebody have enabled for them, for us. So I mean, then we started working on them, and now we are at 0.
Okay, cool.
It worked.
I mean, also, yeah, in our Go libraries as well, and at least in Notebooks v2, we do some scanning in the Go code as well itself. But
so we got it reported mainly for Go code. So it's like it was, and then you can see in the tool it says, I've scanned all your Go code, your Python code, or whatever it was.
With CodeQL.
With CodeQL.
And was it ending up in the correct code scanning
location? Yeah, and it's like sometimes you can flag, for example, at times it was flagging, it's like these can be susceptible to some CV for Python, but then you could say, I'm not using this function in this library because I'm not using a WebAssembly. So basically you can also flag them to say it's a false
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, exactly. That's the idea of using the code scanning page so that we can, that's because again, that's why I wanted the process to be like, hey, it's not valid for this app. You know what I mean? Like you've scanned something, but it's not valid for this app. And then that's just for our own purposes of going through. Obviously those are not public, but you know, it's just good quality practice.
So for now, we're just relying on the CodeQL, but eventually we can align it as well with these Trivy.
I guess we can do an analysis to see which one's better as well. Like we should probably check. Because I know Trivy supports scanning lots of other languages as well. Anyway, okay, we're kind of at time. Francisco, you
Right, I guess, yeah, I think there's great progress overall. I think, like, I just need to ping KFP for Fossa. I think Notebooks team needs to complete this OpenSSF batch, right, enable Trivy. And we also need to enable Trivy for other repos. And Matteo, you also need to, we will complete this PR to generate S-bombs, right?
I'm generating them as we were
speaking. But technically there's not S-bombs, but yeah, like I don't even know if it makes sense from like a logical perspective to have a link to an S-bomb, because an S-bomb is a static object, right? Like, I wonder if there's a command, maybe what we need to do is generate them for releases, like effectively have a part of the release process that uploads it as an artifact or something on the tag on the repo,
Yep.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like it seems that because like why would you S-bomb and not a release anyway? That's a bit weird, right? That's kind of strange. So, and that's where it comes back to maybe the S-bomb is the actual Docker image, like we were saying, but it's kind of not. It's because there is S-bombs for things that are not Docker images.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is I don't think we can get a permanent link to an S-bomb because it doesn't make sense, right? What does it mean? Like, because it changes.
Yes, I think so making S-bomb on the release is something maybe we can talk in the future, potentially. I think we should be part of the, our release process overall. And I think
Fossa library probably has a CLI to do that, I bet. But
yeah, we can definitely explore this in the future. We just get started with that, right? So
it's better than nothing. But yeah, we should think about it. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Really, all right. So let's definitely follow up. Let's see how it goes. Let me know once the notebooks is complete. I will check in this in our application. And just track this our Slack channel. Usually, we will just communicate there in the Kubeflow / gradation Slack channel, right?
Cool. Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Speak to you soon.
Cheers.